Can you guess the Emmy Award winners from the 1980s based on how they look in 2025? This was the decade that gave us Thursday night appointment television, unforgettable catchphrases, and characters we invited into our living rooms every week. Your challenge is to identify these legends before we reveal their Emmy-winning roles. Ready for some 1980s nostalgia? Let's begin. Keep track of your score and let us know what you got in the comments. Let's see who remembers these classic 1980s shows. At just 25, he became the youngest actor to win Best Actor in a Comedy Series, and Michael J. Fox as Alex P. Keaton in Family Ties won 3 consecutive Emmy Awards from 1986 to 1988, making Republican teenagers cool for the first time ever. He's 64 today. Hawaiian shirts and mustaches became a fashion statement thanks to Tom Selleck as private investigator Thomas Magnum in Magnum P.I., winning the 1984 Emmy for making Paradise look like the perfect workplace. He's 80 today. Sweet Midwestern innocence met Miami sophistication when Betty White, as the naive Rose Nyland in The Golden Girls, won the 1986 Emmy for proving that cheesecake and friendship could cure any problem. We lost this comedy treasure in 2021 at 99. Physical comedy reached new heights when John Ritter, as the hapless Jack Tripper in Three's Company, won the 1984 Emmy for perfecting pratfalls and proving that misunderstandings could last 7 seasons. We lost him in 2003 at 54. The newsroom got a tough-talking makeover when Candice Bergen, as investigative journalist Murphy Brown, won back-to-back Emmy Awards in 1989 and 1990 for creating television's most fearless female reporter who could demolish any story. She's 79 today. What does a yellow taxi and pure evil have in common? Danny DeVito, as the tyrannical dispatcher Louis De Palma in Taxi, won the 1981 Emmy for making audiences love to hate the worst boss in television history. He's 80 today. Southern charm met Miami spice when Rue McClanahan brought the flirtatious Blanche Devereaux to life in The Golden Girls, winning the 1987 Emmy for her unforgettable performance. We lost her in 2010 at 76. Sexual tension and snappy dialogue defined 1980s television when Bruce Willis as wisecracking detective David Addison in Moonlighting won the 1987 Emmy for making banter an art form. He's 70 today. Boston's most feared waitress terrorized customers with razor-sharp wit when Rhea Perlman as Carla Tortelli in Cheers won 4 Emmy Awards for perfecting the art of the insult. She's 77 today. The Heart of the Sunshine Cab Company beat through Judd Hirsch as cabbie Alex Rieger in Taxi, winning Emmy Awards in 1981 and 1983 for being the voice of reason in a world of lovable misfits. He's 90 today. 10 1980s legends down, and we're just getting started. If you're scoring above 7, you clearly lived through TV's most colorful decade. How many of these Thursday night favorites did you never miss? The courtroom became comedy gold when John Larroquette, as the sleazy prosecutor Dan Fielding in Night Court, won 4 consecutive Emmy Awards from 1985 to 1988, proving that being inappropriate could be an art form. He's 78 today. The 4077 said goodbye when Alan Alda, as Hawkeye Pierce in MASH, won his final Emmy for the role in 1982, capping an incredible run that saw him honored for acting, writing, and directing over the show's 11 seasons. He's 89 today. Space Cadet Taxi Driver became a term of endearment thanks to Christopher Lloyd as the spaced-out Jim Ignatowski in Taxi, winning Emmy Awards in 1982 and 1983 for making confusion absolutely hilarious. He's 87 today. The tallest Golden Girl was also the wisest, and B. Arthur as the sarcastic Dorothy Zbornak in The Golden Girls won the 1988 Emmy for delivering cutting one-liners with perfect timing. We lost her in 2009 at 86. Partnership policing revolutionized crime drama when Tyne Daly as Detective Mary Beth Lacey in Cagney and Lacey won 4 Emmy Awards, proving that police procedurals could have heart, humor, and genuine partnership. She's 79 today. Confusion was his specialty, as Richard Mulligan won Emmy Awards for 2 different sitcom dads, first as Burt Campbell in Soap in 1980, then as pediatrician Harry Weston in Empty Nest in 1989. We lost him in 2000 at 67. Foreign accents became endearing when Carol Kane, as Latka's wife Simca Doblitz-Gravis in Taxi, won back-to-back Emmy Awards in 1982 and 1983 for making gibberish sound like poetry. She's 73 today. Intellectual pretension met Boston bar culture when Shelley Long, as the sophisticated Diane Chambers in Cheers, won the 1983 Emmy for making snobbery lovable and Sam Malone crazy. She's 76 today. Divorce got a positive spin when Jane Curtin as Allie Lowell in Kate and Allie won back-to-back Emmy Awards in 1984 and 1985 for proving that single mothers could create their own perfect families. She's 78 today. From Minneapolis comedy to Los Angeles drama, Ed Asner as Lou Grant continued his Emmy streak into the 1980s, winning in 1980 for proving that great characters can transition between genres. We lost him in 2021 at 91. Halfway through these 1980s Emmy legends, how's your nostalgia game holding up? Hit that like button and subscribe for more throwback TV nostalgia. Television's toughest female detective partnership came alive when Sharon Gless as Detective Christine Cagney and Cagney and Lacey won back-to-back Emmy Awards in 1986 and 1987 for making female friendship the heart of crime fighting. She's 82 today. Surgical arrogance became fascinating television when William Daniels as the egotistical Dr. Mark Craig in Saint Elsewhere won back-to-back Emmy Awards in 1985 and 1986 for making medical egos compelling. He's 98 today. Let's Be Careful Out There became the motto when Daniel J. Travanti as Captain Frank Furillo in Hill Street Blues won back-to-back Emmy Awards in 1981 and 1982 for revolutionizing police dramas. He's 85 today. Indiana innocence met Boston bar culture when Woody Harrelson as the sweet-natured bartender Woody Boyd in Cheers won the 1989 Emmy for proving that nice guys can finish first. He's 64 today. British stuffiness met Hawaiian laid back when John Hillerman as the proper estate manager Jonathan Higgins in Magnum P.I. won in 1987 for perfecting the art of exasperation. We lost him in 2017 at 84. Success couldn't change a woman with a good heart when Isabel Sanford as Louise Wheezy Jefferson in The Jeffersons won the 1981 Emmy for showing that moving up doesn't mean forgetting where you came from. We lost her in 2004 at 86. From butler to lieutenant governor, Robert Guillaume as Benson Dubois won Emmy Awards in both 1979 for Soap and 1985 for Benson, climbing the political ladder with wit, wisdom, and unshakable dignity. We lost him in 2017 at 89. The Ewing family matriarch kept Texas oil drama grounded when Barbara Bel Geddes as Miss Ellie Ewing in Dallas won the 1980 Emmy for being the moral center of television's biggest nighttime soap. We lost her in 2005 at 82. From Andy Hardy to inspiring drama, Mickey Rooney as developmentally disabled Bill Sachter in Bill won the 1982 Emmy for showing that every life has dignity and purpose. We lost him in 2014 at 93. Vietnam War nurses finally got their story told when Dana Delaney as Colleen McMurphy in China Beach won the 1989 Emmy for bringing strength and vulnerability to the women who served. She's 69 today. From Queen's bigot to Southern police chief, Carol O'Connor as Chief Bill Gillespie and In the Heat of the Night won the 1989 Emmy for proving that great actors can completely transform their image. We lost him in 2001 at 76. Television movies became prestige events when James Woods won Emmy Awards for Promise in 1987 and My Name is Bill W. in 1989, proving that TV could tackle serious subjects with movie star intensity. He's 78 today. Television's most innovative medical drama found its moral center when Ed Flanders, as the caring Dr. Donald Westfall in St. Elsewhere, won the 1983 Emmy for leading a hospital that broke every rule. We lost him in 1995 at 60. The law firm's heart beat through Larry Drake as the mentally disabled messenger Benny Stillwitz in L.A. Law, winning back-to-back Emmy Awards in 1988 and 1989 for bringing humanity to legal drama. We lost him in 2016 at 66. Big hair and bigger attitude defined the 1980s when Jackie Harry, as the glamorous Sandra Clark in 227, won the 1987 Emmy for making every entrance an event and every line a punchline. She's 69 today. Years before Hannibal Lecter, Anthony Hopkins as Adolf Hitler in The Bunker won the 1981 Emmy for one of television's most chilling historical portrayals, proving his range knew no bounds. He's 87 today. From Walton's Mountain to the Hospital, Michael Learned as head nurse Mary Benjamin in Nurse won the 1982 Emmy for bringing the same maternal strength to medical drama that made her famous. She's 86 today. The personal side of medicine came into focus when Bonnie Bartlett, as Dr. Craig's wife Ellen in St. Elsewhere, won 2 consecutive Emmy Awards in 1986 and 1987 for showing how hospital pressures affected families at home. She's 96 today. Broadway came to television when Dustin Hoffman, as the tragic Willie Loman in Death of a Salesman, won the 1986 Emmy for bringing Arthur Miller's masterpiece to living rooms nationwide. He's 88 today. Southern storytelling found its perfect voice when Jessica Tandy, as Annie Nations in Foxfire, won the 1988 Emmy for bringing mountain wisdom and strength to television drama. We lost her in 1994 at 85. Family drama got sophisticated when Richard Kiley won Emmy Awards in 1983 for The Thornbirds and 1988 as patriarch Joe Gardner in A Year in the Life, showing that ordinary families could be extraordinary television. We lost him in 1999 at 76. Style met substance when Edward James Olmos as the mysterious Lieutenant Castillo in Miami Vice won the 1985 Emmy for bringing gravitas to television's most fashionable crime show. He's 78 today. Guest appearances became Emmy-worthy when Alfre Woodard won Emmy Awards in 1984 for Hill Street Blues as Doris Robson and 1987 for L.A. Law, proving her incredible talent could elevate any role. She's 73 today. Legal drama got personal when Holly Hunter, as attorney Ellen Russell in Roe v. Wade, won the 1989 Emmy for tackling one of America's most controversial legal cases with nuance and skill. She's 67 today. Teaching triumphed when Patty Duke as Annie Sullivan in The Miracle Worker won the 1980 Emmy for recreating the miracle of communication, this time playing the teacher instead of Helen Keller. We lost her in 2016 at 69. Holocaust survival became gripping television when Vanessa Redgrave as Fania Fenelon in Playing for Time won the 1981 Emmy for portraying a musician's fight for life through music. She's 88 today. Hollywood legend became Israeli leader when Ingrid Bergman as Golda Meir in A Woman Called Golda won the 1982 Emmy in her final performance, capping one of cinema's greatest careers. We lost her in 1982 at 67. True crime became compelling television when Tommy Lee Jones as convicted killer Gary Gilmore in The Executioner's Song won the 1983 Emmy for making a murderer human without excusing his crimes. He's 79 today. From 1960s westerns to 1980s epics, Barbara Stanwyck as the manipulative Mary Carson in The Thornbirds won the 1983 Emmy for proving that legendary actresses never lose their power. We lost her in 1990 at 82. Mountain strength met Hollywood glamour when Jane Fonda as Gertie Neville's in The Dollmaker won the 1984 Emmy for transforming into an Appalachian mother fighting for her family. She's 87 today. Shakespeare's tragic king found his perfect interpreter when Laurence Olivier won Emmy Awards in 1982 for Brideshead Revisited and 1984 as King Lear, proving at age 77 that great actors only get better with age. We lost this legend in 1989 at 82. Courtroom drama reached theatrical heights when Jason Robards as defense attorney Henry Drummond in Inherit the Wind won the 1988 Emmy for bringing Broadway power to television. We lost him in 2000 at 78. Alzheimer's got a human face when Joanne Woodward as Barbara Hollis in Do You Remember Love won the 1985 Emmy for portraying memory loss with dignity and heartbreak. She's 95 today. Television tackled tough subjects when Richard Crenna, as Richard Beck in The Rape of Richard Beck, won the 1985 Emmy for addressing male assault with sensitivity and courage. We lost him in 2003 at 76. Mental health awareness found its voice when Marlo Thomas won Emmy Awards in 1986 for Nobody's Child as Marie Balter and 1989 for Free to Be a Family, portraying stories of resilience and independence. She's 87 today. Presidential courage got personal when Gina Rowlands as Betty Ford in The Betty Ford Story won the 1987 Emmy for showing how one woman's honesty about addiction changed America. She's 95 today. Breaking barriers on the beat, Betty Thomas as Officer Lucy Bates in Hill Street Blues won the 1985 Emmy for proving that women could be just as tough and smart as any male cop on television. She's 77 today. Newspaper publishing found its Iron Lady when Nancy Marchand as publisher Margaret Pynchon in Lou Grant won 4 consecutive Emmy Awards from 1980 to 1983 for running the newsroom with wisdom and wit. We lost her in 2000 at 71. The father figure of television's most groundbreaking precinct, Michael Conrad as Sergeant Phil Esterhaus in Hill Street Blues, won back-to-back Emmy Awards in 1981 and 1982 for bringing paternal wisdom to police drama. We lost this television legend in 1983. He was 58. Professional women got complex when Barbara Babcock as public defender Grace Gardner in Hill Street Blues won the 1981 Emmy for balancing career ambition with personal relationships. She's 88 today. Military comedy got serious when Eileen Brennan as the tough Captain Lewis in Private Benjamin won the 1981 Emmy for making Army training both funny and challenging. We lost her in 2013 at 80. Before his tragic early death, James Coco as the lovable Arnie in St. Elsewhere won the 1983 Emmy for bringing humanity to medical drama. We lost him in 1987 at 56. Years before Everybody Loves Raymond, Doris Roberts as Cora in St. Elsewhere won the 1983 Emmy for proving that supporting characters could steal every scene they're in. We lost her in 2016 at 90. Supporting husbands got their due when John Carlin as Harvey Lacey in Cagney and Lacey won the 1986 Emmy for showing that real men support their wives' careers. We lost him in 2020 at 86. Photography and friendship merged when Melanie Mayron as Melissa Stedman in 30-something won the 1989 Emmy for capturing the artistic soul in a group of yuppie friends. She's 73 today. Soap opera satire found its perfect confused housewife when Catherine Damon as Mary Campbell in Soap won the 1980 Emmy for keeping a straight face through television's wildest storylines. We lost her in 1987 at 56. Family drama got sophisticated when George Grizzard as Floyd Kincaid in The Oldest Living Graduate won the 1981 Emmy for bringing complex father-son relationships to television alongside Henry Fonda. We lost him in 2007 at 79. Broadway's most powerful drama found its perfect interpreter when John Malkovich as Biff Lomond in Death of a Salesman won the 1986 Emmy for bringing raw, emotional truth to Arthur Miller's tragic masterpiece. He's 72 today. Stage legend brought theatrical power to television when Colleen Dewhurst won the 1986 Emmy for Between Two Women, proving that great theater actors could command any medium. We lost her in 1991 at 67. How many did you get out of 69 Emmy legends from the 1980s? Perfect score means you never missed must-see TV. Drop your score below and tell us which 1980s show you never missed. If you loved this totally awesome trip back to the 1980s, we've got more TV nostalgia coming your way. Subscribe and hit the bell for more throwback television that'll take you right back to your living room.